And going now from the Roundhouse to your house, there are officially just 2 weeks left in this 30-day session.
Yeah, we just passed the halfway point earlier this week, and that means the clock is ticking for bills to start gaining momentum before the time runs out. Griffin Rushton joins us from the Roundhouse with a look at the bills that have already crossed that halfway point. Griffin.
Yeah, I mean, so far there's only just really a handful of bills that have cleared one chamber and moved over to the next. That's the halfway point for these proposals as they slowly make their way towards the governor's desk. And right now, that includes 2 gun safety initiatives. House lawmakers narrowly approved a proposal to implement a mandatory 7-day waiting period for firearm sales here in New Mexico. They did that just about an hour ago. The bill's sponsors say it's meant to provide this sort of cooling off period to allow for federally required background checks to be completed. Now, the original proposal actually called for a 14-day waiting period, but lawmakers slashed it in half as a sort of compromise, despite criticism from Republicans. Supporters argued the shorter waiting period will still save lives.
I don't care if it's 14 days. I don't care if it's 7 days. What I care about is that it forces time and space.
Now, the Senate also approved a gun control proposal this week to ban guns at polling places across the state. The bill's sponsor says they're already banned at polling places in schools, and his bill just extends those restrictions to all polling locations, but there are several exceptions included. Now, several education proposals have also crossed the halfway point, most notably a bill to rework New Mexico's high school graduation requirements. High schoolers would still need to earn 24 credits to graduate, but they would have more control over what classes they take, and if approved, they could skip Algebra 2. Individual school districts would get to decide on some required classes, and all students would need to complete personal financial literacy coursework.
We're looking at aiming at re-engaging our students and have themselves reflected in the content that they're taking in school.
Now, that bill cleared the House floor with bipartisan support, and a proposal to implement enhanced training requirements for new school board members, well, that cleared the Senate floor also with bipartisan support. It's worth mentioning the Senate also approved a proposal to propose constitutional amendment to establish a state school board that would oversee the public education department instead of a cabinet secretary. Now, of course, the most important bill to have already crossed the halfway point so far is the proposed state budget. House lawmakers approved a $10.1 billion spending plan earlier this week. There's funding increases for almost every state department and also more than $1 billion going into trust funds and endowments for future years. Now, despite leaving the House with bipartisan support, Senate finance leaders suggested they have some concerns that they're planning to address.
You cannot create law in the back of a funding bill. It has to go through statutory parents and in front of a committee. That's not what the people in Mexico want. They want to see bills that pass and the laws in the bills. They're not going to look in the back of a budget bill saying, oh, there's a statute in there that is unconstitutional.
Now, despite what he just said there, he says the proposal is still a pretty solid budget. The Senate Finance Committee is expected to thoroughly review the House proposal, make any changes they want, and then send it down to the Senate floor for a vote. Then, of course, it would have to go back to the House to be approved before going off to the governor. Now, we'll remind you, that is the only bill that state lawmakers must approve before this 30-day session ends on February 15th. Tessa, Trevor?